All right, going into a round of 16 match, I guess this is. We have SPX spawning as the red Terran here at the left side of the map.
And spawning here at the 12 o'clock as the green Terran, we've got the Christmas colors going here. This game is SK TerrOr.
Indeed it is. A Christmas-themed StarCraft. Perfect. It's wonderful. It's not even December yet, but Christmas decorations, I believe, are already going up everywhere, so seems good to me.
I feel like Gold Rush is one of those maps where it kind of values thinking more than raw mechanics because of the way that the map works out. It's one of the more sophisticated maps to play on as any player of any race, but especially in this matchup because there's so many avenues that you can attack, a lot of build orders that you can do on this map.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta admit, I rag on maps like Gold Rush a lot for having kind of just a lot of cheesy games, but after having it in ASL and for I think every TL Open so far, I actually have seen a good amount of entertaining games on this map. So it's kind of growing on me just a little bit, I will admit. But don't tell Kix that.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people do love it because of its alternate name that it has, Skull Desert, Laughing Skull in the middle. I mean, like, when you think about it, Python has a Python in the middle of the map, so obviously it's called Python, so I don't know why it's called Gold Rush instead of Skull Guy.
Skull Guy. Yeah, I mean, the community fixed the name, you know? It's like Bodie McBoatface, you know. The creators of the map didn't go for the obvious awesome name. What the? I think he went into. Did you see that? I think the SCV went into range of the top side SCV. That's actually really interesting. I don't think it makes any difference, but
like I don't know if I'm pretty sure TerrOr did not do that on purpose, but I guess he got lucky there. It doesn't really amount too much in the end, but actually no, because TerrOr probably knows that SPX spawned at the left side because the timing of the scout. Actually, speaking of that Bodie McBoatface, in Australia, we had a voting thing for the next ferry, and it actually got voted as Ferry McFerryface.
And you're keeping it, right? I think I saw that actually in the news.
Apparently, like a lot of the staff were threatening to boycott because they didn't want to work on a ferry called Ferry McFerryface.
What? Really? Oh man, so lame. Clearly, the boat staff are not the best of memers, but oh well. I was about to say, like, oh man, see, the Australians, they showed how to actually do it, you know? If you commit to the poll, you gotta commit to the name, man. Gotta have Ferry McFerryface. Alright. Anyway, got a bunker here. We got a 1-Rex expand here from TerrOr. SPX did scout that very quickly, so we'll have to see what his response here is. He hasn't expanded himself. He's still mining gas. Could potentially go for some kind of 2-port Wraith action here after his factory's finished.
Yeah, and we'll see how it pans out. We haven't seen any sort of, any sort of expansion. Oh wait, is that the factory or is that the command center building there for SPX?
That is
the factory.
That's the factory, yeah. Oh, 1 port?
Oh, fact style.
No second port. Interesting. And the SCV scouts everything. Just wandering through. This is actually so annoying as well, since you can obviously just hide it here, so it's pretty much impossible to not deny scouts. I actually wonder if that's why SPX went for just the 1 fact, 1 port instead of going 2-star port, since that would be scouted straight away.
Yeah, but the thing is, the problem for SPX is that ooh, this is a very cute move here, but I'm not sure if it's gonna accomplish much in the end. Maybe it's just gonna take out those assimilators.
Wait, but is he gonna try and
Oh, he might be looking through the eggs. I think it's gonna use these SCVs and glitch the Marines through the eggs.
Can you actually do that? Oh, the SCV sees it! Oh, wait. Oh, he sees something funny going on. He's like, wait a minute, why you got 2 Marines back here? Hold on.
All he needs is a vulture up there, and he can defend it quite easily. Like 1 vulture is plenty.
Okay, let's see how this works.
I'm sorry guys, it's nearly 6 AM here. My mind is completely fried at the moment because of what what I've seen tonight.
This is the best, dude. Not only is it super late, but for some reason the players are just going crazy.
Oh my god, he's
troll.
actually gonna kill this Marine! Oh my...
He's gonna kill the SCV, making the factory. Oh, oh, SCV, oh, Steve, oh, get it. Ah, he got it. He got
We're
it.
finished.
SPX is a genius. The 2 SCV timing attack.
Oh man, and... Oh my god, I need a minute to just... Oh, whoa! He got the vulture! Oh no, that's terrorist. Okay, yeah. You can see that I am completely lost right now.
I need to start secretly PMing the players to tell them to do wackier and wackier strategies, so you start like doubting your own sanity.
Alright, a Goliath is out for TerrOr, obviously for what he thought would be the Wraith, but I don't see a Wraith out anywhere for SPX.
Wait, there's 4 SCVs coming to the front for some reason. That seems like a lot of SCVs to me. It looks like he's actually going 1 port Cloak Wraith. The barracks looks like it will survive, especially since the Goliaths do not have their range upgrade. But here we go, 3 SCVs at the front here. He's gonna start sieging down this bunker, and actually, since TerrOr went for so many Goliaths early on, he actually does not have Sea Shanks. It could all have just been a massive bait here from SPX, although, to be fair, he is legitimately getting the cloak for his race. But here we go, walking in with the Sea Shanks. Goliaths not going to do so hot against them. But sometimes in this situation, you can actually pull some SCVs to tank the first shots while the Goliaths come in the back. Here we go. Is he going to go for the bust? Here are the SCVs. Can he actually break through this? I think he might be able to, although there's another tank here. It's going to be close.
I swear he had more Goliaths. Where are the Goliaths? Yeah, he had like... Okay, so he had the Goliaths at his main base to defend from the Wraith, but the Wraith never came with the...
Oh, but it looks like with the help of the OP SCVs, SPX gets pushed back. By the way, SPX is 20 supply down right now. He's super far behind. If you look at the minimap, look, he's got his own natural expansion, but he is really, really far behind TerrOr. TerrOr, of course, going for that early expansion, really reaping the benefits, not really taking any significant damage from SPX. And SPX going for that weird double Marine in the back. Those Marines are actually stranded at the top left right now. Completely useless.
I mean, he can take out the eggs with those Marines, but that's about all he can do at the moment. This one Wraith being really obnoxious considering the fact that TerrOr doesn't have any scans or turrets up, but this Wraith will lose its cloaking and it goes down.
Second Wraith coming into the main base. Doesn't have that much energy anyway. Gonna be a little bit annoying. Meanwhile, counter Wraith though from TerrOr. He built a hidden starport at the right side in the back. So he's actually sending his own Wraith into SPX's base. Gonna see what's going on. Gonna start killing some SCVs. And now the Wraith in the main base of TerrOr though has its cloak on. How many kills can it actually get? Looks like it's got only the 1 kill so far. Obviously with the pew lasers. Wraiths don't exactly have the highest DPS in the game.
Can you check the cloaking research at the starport for TerrOr? Okay, it's still going. So if he just runs that and then cloaks it, comes back and cloaks it, then he can get a bit more damage. But this Wraith here, trying to get some damage. Only 3 SCVs, going to be quickly 4, but the cloaking will elapse for him.
Yep, although I don't know where the Goliaths went. They're actually not here. The Goliaths actually are going for the attack here. He doesn't have the anti-air, so even though the cloak runs out, the Wraith stays alive. The Wraith... Wait, where did that... Did these Marines... I think these Marines actually killed the Wraith. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think it did. What the? It was all planned.
Dude, SPX, we thought he was doing a dumb play, but he was actually playing 5D chess the entire time. But this was not an intended move. It looks like the armies actually ran past each other. The tanks getting caught completely unsupported, and SPX taking a horrible loss there.
And what does SPX have to defend? He only has 1 tank. Honestly, if I was TerrOr, I would try... Oh, okay, yeah, you can see the fear in SPX right now. He's actually building the E-base and he's trying to wall this off because he knows a counterattack could kill him.
Oh my god, this game is amazing. Guys, for anyone who doubted whether we should cast the TvT, I hope you're entertained because this is a great TvT to start off the series. And it's a best of 3 as well. This is only game number 1. So we could be in for even more shenanigans. Meanwhile, this 3rd command center on the way for TerrOr. He's got a massive advantage. He's got drops on the way. Looks like there was actually a scan here, slightly off from where the command center would be. Actually, I don't even know if I think command center might barely have been in vision on the left side there. And and now an SCV coming down. So I assume that was TerrOr's scan checking if SPX took this island base yet, and he didn't see it.
Yeah, either way, even if it did not scout the command center completely, if it was building a, or any sort of building, you'll probably just see the SCV that moves around when it builds. SPX still scared of the push, so he will, at least later in the game, he'll have a bit of a vision advantage by lifting off those E-bays. But, we'll see, yeah, it's all calculated from SPX.
SPX. Later in the game, somehow, he's gonna, like, figure out that you can land these on siege tanks or something. He's gonna start killing all of Terra's siege tanks by landing E-bays on them, and it's gonna blow our minds.
He's gonna get the +1 armor to make it so that vultures only take 3 shots instead of 2 to kill off an SCV, or what is it, 4 shots.
Oh man, I mean, I don't know how much more madness I can handle. Hold on, looks like we got drop-on-drop action. The Raid's coming in to clean up this dropship, and there is the unload. Gonna try and get what he can, forcing a cloak at least. But that's about it. So nice catch there from SPX. That does give Terra some warning that the drop is coming, though. He needs to pull back his army. He's pulling his tanks back in now. Where is the drop gonna go? 2 dropships and 2 Raids coming in hot here, GTR.
Yeah, these Wraiths will probably scout out whether he can do any sort of damage. But here comes the Wraith of TerrOr. We'll see whether the Wraith of SPX will be able to take it out. Trying to find a position here, SPX that is, to do some damage, but TerrOr completely prepared for this drop.
Yeah, it was not so good there. Meanwhile, it looks like SPX just running his other dropship to its death. Gonna try and get some SCV kills. Only gets the 1 volley, 2 kills on that siege tank. He gets out with the dropship and both of the Wraiths, but that drop not really doing anything. He actually did more damage by picking off Terra's dropship in the top left base. But remember, Terra has that 3rd base. He's been mining it for a while. SPX even getting turrets before making the command center. I think that's actually a mistake. I think he needs to just make it as soon as possible right now. I mean, I don't think that 1 turret's going to do that much for him anyway, because Terra has dropships.
Yeah, SPS is quite behind economically, and we see the supply, it's around 30 supply lead for Terra. So Terra is feeling very, very comfortable at the moment, sitting on these 3 bases. Then again, considering the fact that Terra did take his expansion well earlier than SPX, that expansion's going to mine out quicker. So we'll see how it plays out if this game continues on.
Yes, indeed we will. I'm actually amazed that the factory count is so low, especially given Terra's already on 3 base. There's the scan from SPX. You can click the minerals to see that the base has been mining just a little while here, about 150 minerals down on each patch. More crucially, though, we have a big move out here from Terra. 30 supply lead for him, big advantage on the ground, but now we see SPX's genius, the double engineering bay block. Haha! I have a wall.
His plan is to screw the AI of Terra so he can't A-move, and then the tanks take shots.
Look at the minimap. There's a bunch of random scans everywhere. I have no idea what this scan was for.
I don't know what that scan was.
Oh, SCV spotting. Oh, elevator? No.
I don't think Terra has any dropships to elevator with.
Oh, that's a good point. Hey, what? Hey, I don't know there's a cool cactus thing. Whoa, that's cool. Hey, that's a crazy looking plant. Wait, what's going on over here? Ah!
Whoa, F6.
Oh, wait. We have a wall. We have triple dropships. The wall is falling, guys. We're in trouble.
Problem is for SPX, he can't really approach his army because he's only got Wraiths and a couple of dropships, while there's Goliaths and deep Wraiths of Terra. The high ground advantage might help here, but I think these are just too many tanks. But there's no anti-air except for this turret.
Well, SPX actually manages to hold this somehow. I mean, it's very difficult to actually attack into a Terran position with all their siege tanks, and SPX is actually effectively double expanding here to the bottom and to the top left. If he can hold on to these, and Terra doesn't notice, he can potentially come back. The supply lead is not that different right now. Just 15 supply difference between the players. And SPX, his one advantage is actually his dropships. If he can go for a big counter drop somewhere, potentially at the 3 o'clock, for example, even though there's turrets at the bottom, he's not covering the entire area, maybe he can make the comeback. I really don't think Terra can actually move in on the ground here. The tanks on the high ground are just too much.
The Wraiths that were keeping Terra in this game by stopping the dropships of SPX gone because they died while trying to take over that choke point of SPX. So if SPX plays his cards outright, he can use these dropships to do a lot of damage. And it looks like he's going to go for maybe the main base. Let's see.
Uh-oh. Gonna have another awkward encounter here. Wait a minute. Who's attacking who? SPX gets the first siege up, could potentially pick off some of these tanks first, and doesn't quite pick off the last tank. But that means nobody is moving through this area. If he wants, he can just kill both of these to close off that door entirely. Meanwhile, TerrOr's actually going to try and take the inside expansion between the two bases. Gonna get pushed back here by SPX's drop. And I gotta say, SPX, despite being pretty far behind in the early game, is making a decent job of this TvT.
I mean, if you want a perfect game of 4D chess, this is a great example here from SPX, because once he secures that that little nook base, he pretty much has the control of that top left side, which is really essential, pretty much just cutting off one of the closest path between the two players. So it forces TerrOr to loop around the bottom side of the map if he wants to do anything.
TerrOr has actually built a big wall here that's stopping his... Wait. Oh, no, never mind. But look, the units actually can't get back. He's making it super difficult for his army to actually get from the left side of his base to the right side of the base, just to the building layout. Nice vulture from SPX, actually spots the dropships of TerrOr. I actually don't know if he was paying attention, though, because there's no reaction from him. 4 dropships coming down to the 6 o'clock base. I don't think he has any way to save this.
Well, where are SPX's dropships? Because I know he dropped a lot of units in that little hole, but surely he has some sort of dropship army to maybe defend from this drop of TerrOr.
I don't see anything on the minimap. Finally, the fleet is coming down. 4 dropships full of units. Since the tanks are in siege mode, if he drops directly on top of them, he could do something. SCP is actually coming down to provide some tanking for the main army. I think... No, he actually only drops off. It looks like 4 tanks and a Goliath is extremely close. TerrOr bringing in another dropship of his own. It looks like this tank might have been in the minimum range, but TerrOr actually holds the position and once again jumps hugely ahead in supply.
Yeah, and we don't see any sort of reaction here from XTX. It doesn't build any sort of command center at that position he's taken there at the, was it 11 o'clock-ish, the inside base. It seems like SPX is, he's like stuck. He doesn't really know where to move on from here. And he's slowly but surely allowing TerrOr back into the game, allowing him to take map control.
Looks like a scan going down on this bottom left inside base. I presume that's TerrOr just making sure SPX hasn't taken that. Meanwhile, he's floating his command center. He's got 2 floating command centers. They're not sure where to go. This does happen a lot actually in TvT, since it's a gas... since your army composition is so gas heavy, you end up with a ton of extra minerals that you can just spam command centers everywhere. So he's going to land one on the inside. That's actually not going to provide him any gas either. So this is actually not the most useful base for TerrOr, to be honest. But the other one, it looks like he's potentially going to float down here to this inside base to take another gas base and really solidify his position in the game. You can see from the minimap, if you effectively draw the lines, TerrOr's got control of 2/3 of the map to the 1/3 of SPX. And I think this is just going to be a slow grind now, where SPX is going to basically starve to death.
Yeah, for sure. On 3-player maps, especially in a matchup like Terran versus Terran, 99% of the time, whoever takes that spare main usually wins the game. And right now, it looks like TerrOr is in the position that he's going to take it out. It looks like we're going to see a drop here in that remaining inside base, and this is just way too many units for SPX to deal with.
Yes, indeed. Nice little pickup there, just clearing out those in-between units. But we have a counter drop here. 5 dropships. They're going to see this command center, and I imagine they were aiming for the 3 o'clock. He might leave like 1 unit to track this CC. There's actually another CC even placed over here. He's actually just sneaking along the bottom side, presumably to avoid turrets as much as possible. Going to lose 1 of his dropships, potentially 2 of his dropships, but gets the drop down onto the right side here. Will kill 1 command center. Can he actually stop this base, though? That's the question.
Yeah, the question right now is that not whether TerrOr's going to lose this. It seems like it's all done for, but how TerrOr will react to this, whether he go for the counter attack or whether he will try and defend it. And it looks like it's going to move his army. Okay, so he's going to float it across and try and defend this base.
Man, I don't know why TerrOr allowed so many SCVs to die. He actually, I think he might have not realized he didn't kill these eggs, so he thought he could actually come down here faster. But as it is, losing a ton of SCVs, allowing the supplies to get a much more even, losing 2 command centers here. But he's got 2 more! He's got 2, or no, okay, he's got 1 more, and he's building another one here at the inside base. He's getting so many command centers. Meanwhile, this command center now that this position was killed off, has nowhere else to go, and SPX is really running out of options. His main is mined out, his natural is very close to mined out, his third base is kind of at 2/3 minerals remaining, so he's really got to find a place where he can take another base, maybe break that 6 o'clock location that was dropped earlier on.
And with TerrOr loses his base, but he does have that mineral only sitting nicely saturated as well, so he's not completely mined out just yet. And then he's also got those 2 expansions there building. He's still got the contain here outside the SPX's base as well, so I do feel like a raid transition would work really well for TerrOr to deal with the dropships.
I just realized SPX has 2-0, TerrOr only has 1-1. That is an upgrade advantage for SPX. He has the critical 2-shot on his opponent's tanks. Look at that huge shot right there. That is one of the benefits of the 2-0 upgrade, and that might actually be explaining how he's been holding on in this game despite being behind from the beginning. And look at this, a huge drop on the bottom left, going to kill off this fresh expansion. And if he actually brings an SCV over here, he could potentially just take the bottom right main. You know, you said earlier, whoever takes the other main on a 3-player map, especially in TvT, is going to be in an advantage, especially going to the late game. And somehow, SPX is actually the one who's got control of that area.
And we see here TerrOr's not reacting to this. I feel like this is a very bad move here from him to not do anything. Generally, if something happens to you, you need to react. Maybe something like a drop in the main base attack, take out the factories, or trying to defend. But at the moment, he's just moving units around, not really doing anything with them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe it's partly just unfamiliarity with the map, you know, maybe just unfamiliarity with playing this kind of late game crazy TvT style against SPX. You know, there's not, even in TvT, I don't think there's too many games that go super late game, to be honest. I mean, average game time for Brood Warrior is what, it's like 15 minutes or something?
Yeah, 15.
Across all the matchups. So, you know, who knows how much time these guys have actually spent in these kinds of situations, in particular on Gold Rush. Now, it looks like TerrOr has at least taken this inside expansion, and he obviously knows about the bottom right. He's still got this position here. I heard a scan go off. Was that TerrOr scanning? TerrOr, for some reason, scanned over here. I have no idea. TerrOr just keeps scanning, like, random positions in the middle of the map, but look at this, he actually catches SCVs. Huh.
Or, yeah, I think SPX wanted to take control of that right side, bottom right base, and build a command center, as you said before. I'm not really sure if TerrOr actually knows about that freshly built expansion to the left of that army. I guess not, because he's going straight in here, but he's going to high ground, and I don't really like the sounds of this upcoming attack.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to try and brute force it. The inside left side, I think, has a lot more units there defending, so maybe he just figured even though it was low ground, he wouldn't be able to defend it. And here we go. Wait, for some reason that tank is on siege. I don't know why that's on siege. I guess he was trying to reposition here, or maybe go back towards his main army, or not really main army, but back towards the tank line. And here we go, a 5-tank line here. How many units can it actually kill? I'm pretty sure TerrOr will be able to clean this out, but how much is it going to cost him? Oh my god, but look at this, losing so many units!
Yeah, and if we go to the left side, TerrOr actually wanted to do a drop there onto the inside base of SPX, but oh yeah, I think a couple of rates, if you go a bit above, killed off those dropships. So, but we see here another attack from SPX. He's going to actually take out this expansion, and it looks like this expansion is done for, but TerrOr does have that newly built expansion at the top left inner side.
Oh man.
So we've just got extensions just building and dying everywhere. Really crazy TvT.
Instead of defending all his bases, he just keeps taking new ones. But look at this, SPX now has flipped the supply lead. He went from down 20 supply to up 20 supply. These cloak raids, though, could do a lot of damage. He's going after, this is undroppable ground. How many dropships can he pick off with units inside them? He picks off 3 dropships full of units. That is a massive turnaround. 4 TerrOr, 4 dropships falling, but now SPX is crawling the tank line forward. Can he actually break this position of TerrOr? It looks like these dropships might actually have anything, but look at this! TerrOr with great Wraith movement! Oh man, this is so bad for SPX.
And there's no anti-air as well for SPX there, so all these tanks are just going to die to the raids. And just like that, TerrOr flips the game into his advantage.
Oh, we gotta move out at the front though. We've gotta move out at the front. The SCV's coming out to tank the C-Shank shots. SPX is finally going to break this contain. +2 attack actually did finish for TerrOr, but it's not enough. Meanwhile, Wraith cleaning up everything at the bottom right. But now the ground layer is open. SCV's transferring to the bottom left. SPX mined out his first 2 bases. He's getting a little bit thinner, about halfway mined out on the top left. But he is keeping his options open. He's keeping his options alive. And what an incredible TvT Game 1 this is.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Wraith transition that I mentioned before that would work well for TerrOr is actually working well for him. He's forcing SPX onto the ground, knowing that he doesn't have any dropships, but this is a large army marching across. We'll see where he decides to hit the base of TerrOr at.
Oh man, here we go. Army moving in. He's gonna get spotted by some units. Thank you very much, Draco, for the host, by the way. Welcome to all of Draco's viewers. We are currently in Game 1 of SPX versus TerrOr in the round of 16, and it looks like SPX is going for an attack on this mineral-only base. He's got a slightly awkward-looking tank line, and as you said, he doesn't have the air units. He's got Goliath in the back, but the Wraith's providing vision for TerrOr. But man, what a crazy game this has been so far. 25 minutes, and I still think the game is incredibly even. I have no idea who's going to win right now.
Yeah, both players are pretty much on 1.5 bases, I guess, because that top left base is nearly mined out. This base is nearly mined out here for TerrOr. It's gonna all come back to that spare main at the bottom right side, and it doesn't seem like any of these players are gonna go for it. Although TerrOr does have those tanks there, so he's more in a prime position to take that base out. But firstly, he has to deal with this army here from SPX.
Indeed he does. Man, I said those tanks were in an awkward position, but they actually were just in range to clip the command center without being shot by TerrOr's tank somehow. And TerrOr, for some reason, not repairing that command center. Once again, kind of showing he's very blasé about his command center. He's like, yeah, whatever, I'll just build some more. I mean, he is floating 1,000 minerals right now, but here's a double drop on the inside left base. Only 2 tanks here. Everything dropping inside the minimum range. Okay, no, it looks like that guy was able to get a shot, but here we go. A lot of SCVs potentially going to fall, but a counter drop. No, it's a counter Wraith attack at the bottom left. I think there was 1 turret there, perhaps. Actually, no, that looks a bit too big to be a turret, so I'm not even sure what that was, but whatever it was, it's not stopping the Wraiths right now. So drop against Wraith, SCVs fighting C-Shanks, more units being elevated in. Look at this, SPX is constantly ferrying units from the outside. The tanks of TerrOr trying to roll in and take this down. I don't think he's gonna do it though, walking into the siege line. It's gonna be close though. It's gonna be a pretty close exchange. It looks like TerrOr actually has the vision.
Yeah, TerrOr's gonna clear everything here. Okay, SPX just trying to repair that tank. So this expansion is got no SCVs on it. TerrOr's gonna clean it up though. The counterattack from TerrOr onto that expansion of SPX didn't really amount to much, to be honest. He just killed off a few tanks, but he didn't really kill any of the SCVs.
Man, TerrOr right now, though, is only mining from the 3 o'clock base, I think, right? Because he's not mining from the inside mineral only anymore. He's not mining from this base at the moment. He can potentially transfer some more SCVs, although look at this. SPX keeping up the pressure, but if SPX mines out from the top left soon, he will be down to 1 base as well. We're actually going to go into kind of a low economy situation due to neither player allowing the other to take another expansion. Is this command center going to die? He needs to repair it. Ooh, I think he's fine.
No, he's fine. Tank's gonna die to those Wraiths, but this is such a crazy game where nearly half an hour in and both these players are it's like watching 2 heavyweights fight against each other, just blow for blow.
Yep.
Slugging at each other. You can tell both these players are getting really tired at this stage.
I feel like TerrOr though, instead of, you know, blocking blows and stuff, he's kind of blocking blows with his face. He's just taking the punches like, yeah, it's fine, I can take it, I'm a man. And SPX is being has a little bit more finesse, but you know, it's still anyone's game. But I think actually I would say SPX is winning right now. He finally, after all this time, pushed out in the middle of the map. He has center map control. He actually has a little bit more mining than TerrOr, although it's still very, very close. And let's see if these dropships can continue to win the game for him, because I think these drops are really, really, or have been pivotal in this game. Oh, here we go again. Mines?
Okay, here comes the attack. The mines take out the tanks of TerrOr, so unfortunately for him, he will most likely lose this expansion, actually, unless this race will be able to take out these tanks in time. But we see here at the bottom right side, is that... What are those units? Are those tanks? Okay, it looks like he's going to go for a counterattack. He's probably going to swing around and take out that expansion of SPX. And if these both of these expansions do get taken out, both players will be on pretty much nothing, because I'm pretty sure that 3 o'clock base is nearly mined out for TerrOr.
Yep. I think it is as well. Only about 300, 400 minerals per base. And here we go. TerrOr starting sieges down. I think what the problem was, if you look on the minimap, that red blob outside of TerrOr's natural is SPX's tank, so he couldn't leave on the ground. He was contained in his natural. So instead he walked all the way down the right side. He'd already killed those eggs at the top. He killed the eggs below the 3 o'clock. Walked all the way around, did a huge swing around. This must be a big surprise for SPS, because look, he has the tank position outside TerrOr's natural, so he was not expecting to have such a huge army swing all the way around, but the tanks haven't gotten into range of the SCV line, and now SPX runs it down through the middle, taking down a lot of these siege tanks.
Yeah, I think SPX has this. He's got the larger bank, that expansion's still alive, and TerrOr is pretty much nearly mined out, so I don't really see a way for TerrOr to get back into this game, given the situation that we're in at the moment. We'll, just have to see how he decides to react.
Scan from SPX, seeing the bottom right base, but I completely agree, dude. I think SPX has just turned this around and went from being super far behind. I mean, guys, this opened with 1 Rax expand against SPX going 1 fact, 1 port, doing pretty much no damage, getting contained in his base really early on, and I think really playing the map well, dropping in the correct positions, making the correct map movements, and it's now, well, now it's going to be the opposite, because I said earlier it was going to be a slow grind of TerrOr killing SPX, but now it's going to be a slow grind of SPX killing TerrOr.
Yeah, I'm surprised that SPX hasn't decided to do anything to take another base. Maybe... Oh, whoa! He's actually taking that base on the right side, the inner right base.
Ooh.
So, interesting move there from him, but I guess he feels that's the most safest expansion to take at this stage. I'm pretty sure that inner base at the bottom left is nearly mined out, so we'll see how... Oh, no, okay. It's still going. The minimap fooled me.
Yeah, like all the red dots covering up the minerals. Look, that's about halfway through there. Interestingly, TerrOr landing this barracks at the top left inside to block any expansion from SPX. He really wants to focus on that bottom right, and looks like finally, after something like 15-20 minutes, SPX is going to clear out these units. These have been here forever, but that will give him another expansion in addition to the middle one. The raid's moving out. Are they going to see this? They are going to see this, but there are 2 Goliaths who are actually going to get some free damage down. Can he actually pick any of them off? Not quite. 2 of them in the deep red, but manages to fly down and crucially gives him the information that the base is there, but I don't know what he can even do about it. I don't think there's anything he can do. Yeah,
he needs to get some sort of damage done, whether it be with the race or with the tank drop or something like that, but he can't let SPX just sit here and macro while taking expansions. And yeah, we see these raids. They might be able to take off the dropships, actually. I'm pretty sure the dropships were loaded, but the dropships actually do get away in time. So all he's going to be able to do right now is to delay this expansion from mining. That's about it.
Yep, gets a couple of Goliaths as well for his troubles. And man, it looks like SPX is just going to play this defensively for the time being. Both players actually stopped their upgrades, I think. 2-0 for SPX versus the 2-1 for TerrOr. That armor, though, I don't think it makes a huge difference. Interestingly, TerrOr actually got +1 attack for his air.
Obviously, he's thinking about BCs later on, hey?
Of course, the classic. I mean, people said in the chat when the game started, you gotta make BCs. BCs are riot. And here we go. There's a big drop on the bottom right position. The Goliaths protecting the tanks against the SCVs. I think TerrOr will clean this up, but it'll cost him a good amount of his mining here. Ooh.
Yeah, most importantly for SPX, he diminishes the tank count of TerrOr, so I think with another drop he'll be able to clear out that base. And just look at the supply count, it's pretty much double here for SPX, so I don't think SPX will be losing this game.
These freaking 5 raids with their pew pew lasers, though, killed an entire command center. There was just too much other stuff going on that SPX never even sent units to go deal with that. He could have just, blocked him with a single Goliath, but just didn't have the time or the effort. I don't know. Wait, what? There's like 5 random SCVs just huddled here at the bottom of his main base as well, completely idle. So much multitasking in this game that both players kind of losing track. Is he really? Has he been on 5 factories this entire game? Seriously?
Can't believe that. And he hasn't even added any additional starports. So it's really crazy how SPX has been able to. I don't think we've seen any of these players actually max out this game, which is quite crazy considering the way that TvT plays out, especially on a map like Gold Rush.
Oh man, these raids getting picked off. SPX is trying to get max. He's at 165 supply right now. Can he actually max out before TerrOr GG's? I think it's only a matter of time right now. TerrOr effectively on just the bottom right base. This base is going to be mined out in just less than a minute, I would say. And, well, wait a minute, hold on. SPX is a massive supply lead, but he actually lost to 6 o'clock, so he's... Okay, no, but he's mining on this inside base. Oh, yes. Can you actually siege this from the back? Like, do you think a tank on this cliff can reach the mineral line?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure, like, they've tested... Like, they've made the distances so that you can't do that.
It seems pretty close, though. If you put a tank, like, right here, I'm pretty sure you could shoot the inside SCV. Tanks are pretty OP, dude. They have pretty long range.
I know. If someone in chat could test that out for us, that would be much appreciated.
Nice. Crowdsourcing the work. I like it. I like the way you think. Alright, we got the drop here now on the inside 3 o'clock. SCV's getting blown to smithereens. He kills the tanks as well. SPX losing control of this base. The game will go on, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know where all the excess supply is for SPX. Surely he has enough units to just go and kill him.
Oh, well, if we go to the top left base, I'm pretty sure there's still tanks and Goliaths just sitting there. That's a lot of supply that he's using up, just not doing anything. The base is mined out as well, so GG.
GG. It looks like dropships. Oh, dropships actually came in and cleaned up that attack on the inside 3. TerrOr did not have any units left to deny expansions, and SPX with the remarkable comeback win takes game number 1 of this best of 3. We're gonna carry on, guys. More TvT action